Yes, Bhavyang.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, you can start your presentation.
Okay, sir. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, yeah, it is visible now. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I am Asari Bhavyang, and today I am going to my topic is about Pride and Prejudice and the purpose of marriage. Jane Austen. He was born at 16 December 1775, and he died at 18 July 1817. John Austen is known for his six novels Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mildred, Emma, and Persuasion, and Northern Abbey. She achieved success as a published writer. Okay, Pride and Prejudice and the purpose of marriage. Jane Austen Pride and Prejudice is often lauded as one of the great romance in British literature. Its structure entertained reader with the fluctuation of Elizabeth Bennet relationship with Mr. Darcy. However, this novel is more than a simple love story. Although almost everyone moves by end of the novel, some of the women of Elizabeth's world are not as well matched with their husband, and she is with her. The monastery and social stability that the marriage offers women is more important than the compatibility of spouses. Austen developed the plot to hint at a more considered view of marriage. The work further informs us on Austen's opinion of matrimony. Jane Austen explores the vocational nature of marriage for women in her society. From the first line of Pride and Prejudice, the narrator reveals her satirical approach to matrimony. Mr. Bennett Mrs. Bennett have to actively seek husband for his five daughters. The marriageable women of the novel have to debate between choosing a spouse by preference and marrying for financial stability. A more straightforward description of reality would have been that a single woman in a position of no fortune must be in want of a husband. The idea of a marriage being less about one's heart and more about one's wallet is repeated throughout the story. Austen Witty reflection on marrying is not confined to implication that is the woman who need husband. It also indicates the financial situation plays a foremost role in the selection process. Austen wastes no time emphasizing her point that marriage is all about economies. The occu- uh, the occupational nature of a marriage. First, Mrs. Bennet whole life is about a marrying of her daughter, and the reader also prompted to disparage her for it. There are several other characters who are presented primarily because of their view of action concerning marriage. Lady Catherine encouraged Mr. Colin to marry as a part of his duty as a as a Kelsey man and tell him to marry. Mr. Collins and Lady Catherine vocally recognized two economics involved in a marriage, but their opinion are by no means praised by the narrator. Lady Catherine views on a marriage can therefore indicate what Austen considered most ridiculous. He especially used matrimony to get ahead in his career, and Austen has no sympathy for his attitude. We see that her characterization of Mrs. Bennet and Mr. Collin emphasize their occupation views of marriage relationship. The satire, humor, and characterization the Austen employs in Pride and Prejudice contribute to the novel's theme. The narrative voice in the novel is typical ironic rather than a serious. This tone betrays the cynical view that the narrator has on marriage. Example: before Mr. Collins and Charlotte marry, they are described as having a week spent in a professional of a love and streams of a fallacy. However, reader can easily design that there is no real affection on either side of such harshly match. The narrator used of a word like a danger, anxiety, and suspicious indicate to us the risk involved in matrimony. Marry for a love, but not every but no everyone has that luxury. Darcy marries Elizabeth because of merit and his affection for his instance of marrying to advance his career and economic situation as Mr. Collins did. Even while Elizabeth seems unconcerned with her Darcy's wealth, when she initially reject and eventually accept him, there is no avoiding how adventurous a match it is for her. Not only has she proved, but she is inferior to many other men in the novel. Does not lessen Charlotte accomplished. She is aware of his shortcoming. When she accepts him, satisfactory. Mr. Collins feels a near for her. She is practical and sees matrimony for what is truly is to her not an emotionally fulfilling relationship but a business deal. The deal of a marriage being a job is a common threat in all three views, but their situation are in implication of their attitude and significant different. Conclusion: the narrator opinion are communicated through the mask of a certain character. When Austen used a free indirect discourse, this formal device undergird an important theme of the novel, marriage as the only career option for a woman. It is no surprise that this book filled with such insight and as well as it remains a classic. And this is a reference from where I have present my presentation. Okay, thank you.
Okay, for the last slide, I would like to say that this in the Forbes one from where you have taken, name is very important. If you have to see that there is a name of the person. Without a name, the source is inauthentic. Then first is fine, but still instead of Wikipedia, if you can go to a better source, there are lots of good websites which will give you biography of Jane Austen also. Okay, other questions to Bhavyang? Yeah, you can stop sharing now. Bhargavi and Anjali.
Yes, sir, I am.
Yes, you can ask a question.
Bhavyang, what was the Jane Austen purpose in writing Pride and Prejudice?
In Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen has satirized characterization and narrative voice to show the social to show explore the nature of a marriage at that time. And we can see in Pride and Prejudice, in the starting, he has satirized approach to matrimony.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think Bhargavi is present. Bhargavi, if you are present, you have to ask a question.
Hello, hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Jane Austen's explorations in Pride and Prejudice.
What you want to ask? Can you repeat it?
Yeah. Jane Austen's exploration